Thank you. They're here. Can you feel them? Our angels? Kyle? Kelly? Dan? Matt? Corey? Stephen? Rachel? Daniel? John? Cassie? Isaiah? Dave? And my Lauren. We're here because we love them. We're here to honor them. We're here to remember them this day and every day hereafter. We're here as a family and as a community that's been through the darkest of days and is coming through to the light. We're here to break this ground on a memorial for precious loved ones because it's right and it's time to do so. Memorials, memories, April 20th, 1999. Remember the love? Remember the unity? Not just in this community, but in the nation and throughout the world. Remember the horror? Remember how broken your heart felt? That emptiness, that hollow and helpless feeling, that pain seared so deeply that it seemed never to want to go away. I wish I could tell you not to remember those agonizing pieces, but you must. Because it's in that deepest of pain, that darkest of nights, that we fall to our knees. And we can learn a lot from that place. We can find ourselves. We can find our faith. We can find our friends. And we can find our strength. In that darkness, we can truly see the light of hope and follow it to what is true and light. That is what our 13 have given us, and we must not let them down. We must remember what we have learned in the darkness. Remember what you were feeling then? Some of the comments and some of the promises that I remember hearing were things like, I'm going to be a better parent. I'm going to spend more time with my child. See, God remembers. This job that I'm in, it doesn't give me enough time with my family. I have to rearrange my priorities. I've learned I can really lean on my neighbors and they can lean on me. It's great to have somebody to talk to. My faith makes me stronger. And all of us really have more in common than we do differences. People were friendlier in stores. They were more patient when they were driving or just standing in line somewhere and smiling at each other. We were more kind and grateful. An evil and vicious act had generated love and gentleness everywhere. Do you remember feeling and acting like that? Thank you. Do you remember the changes that you were going to make? And if you made those changes, we all say, bravo, great for you, good for you. We all applaud you. And if you lost your goal, then it's time to refocus. This memorial will help us do that. This memorial will give us a place to peacefully reflect on how our lives were changed that day and in the days thereafter. This memorial will give us an opportunity to know better each of the 13 lives that were taken from us that day. They were each so special, so beautiful, and still so loved. Each one of us is poor that they were taken from us before being allowed to give their full talents and grace to the world. At the memorial, we can rekindle, reconnect, rebuild, rejoice, recommit, and, if necessary, redirect our lives to live them to the fullest, to honor our precious 13, our God. And the lives that we were meant to live. But memorials are made of stone and brick. We, the wounded, we must become living memorials. We must speak for those who cannot speak for themselves, for those who were murdered. Our daily actions must be a testament to what we have learned and the love we have to give. Families of those who are murdered have established foundations in the names of their loved ones. Scholarships and grants are awarded every year. Orphanages, homes have been built. All this has been done to honor the loved ones, extend their memories, and commemorate what they would be doing if they were alive this day. To the young students who survived the massacre, I quote Nelson Mandela. Sometimes it falls upon a generation to be great. You can be that generation. You can be that generation. You can take what you have learned and become that generation. It won't be easy, but pain cannot be wasted. It must be used to help others. I heard once that a man was praying to God, and he said, God, there's so much pain and suffering in this world. Why don't you send somebody to help? And God answered him and said, I did send help. I sent you. All memorials begin with the groundbreaking, just as our journeys together began with broken hearts. And no, grief never ends. Just as wounds heal but leave permanent scars and disabilities that our injured students must contend with for the rest of their lives, grief leaves permanent scars in our lives. We are all left with what life might have been and the permanent emptiness that will never be filled. The holes in our hearts never grow smaller. But our goals each day should be to do something that makes our hearts bigger so that the holes don't seem so big. Although their breaths have ceased, their memories and spirits should not. Let each shovel of overturned dirt represent our continued search for truth, our united effort to protect our children, and a renewed commitment not to forget and to implement what we learned in the darkness. Remember them. Kyle, Kelly, Dan, Matt, Corey, Stephen, Rachel, Daniel, John, Cassie, Isaiah, Dave, and Lauren. In beauty and peace they walk. By loving each other, we honor them. Love always wins. Thank you. God bless you.